Hey guys, Brian here. What? Welcome to the Dolby Theatre. Review of the Academy Awards. It is Sunday. It is the 28th of June. Pardon me, 2020, and now we're out here on Hollywood Boulevard. If you've never experienced this before, I want you to see what this is like, because I've often said that going through this and seeing what you're normally used to seeing with all these people, and it's not like that now. It's almost like an episode of the Twilight Zone. Which brings me to the subject of today's video, the Twilight Zone. It was 45 years ago today that Rod Serling died. The great Rod Serling, who gave us things like the Twilight Zone and stuff like Requiem for a Heavyweight and Night Gallery, stuff like that. Now we're heading over to Rod Serling's star here, but on the way over there, I want to give you just some fun facts, if you will, in memory of Rod Serling, as we head over to there. The Twilight Zone ran for 5 seasons, 126 episodes. Rod Serling himself, he wrote 92 of them, which is just astonishing when you think about it that way. Twilight Zone gave us people like, we saw some of the first time some of us seen people like William Shatner, George Takei, Leonard Nimoy. They were all on it from Star Trek. There's a guy by the name of, if I may, Robert McCord III. Robert McCord III was in 67 episodes. He was an extra. He was in 67 episodes. He's got the record for that, by the way, if you get a chance. It's just, again, this is just fun stuff. Younger people, you know the Twilight Zone because of things like they show it now on Christmas Day or New Year's Day, and it runs for 24 hours or whatever. I just found out that on Hulu, it's actually on my Hulu, so I can now watch all the episodes right in a row. From the very first one, which is called Where Is Everybody?, which is a lot like what we got going on here, to the very last episode, which is called The Bewitching Pool, written by Earl Hamner Jr. Earl Hamner Jr., who gave us things like Spencer's Mountain and The Waltons. He wrote 8 episodes of The Twilight Zone, as a matter of fact. Over here, if you want to find out where Rod Serling's star is, there's 2 ways of doing it. One, the easy way is it's right in front of where they do Jimmy Kimmel Live. The other way is a little bit more interesting and a little bit more obscure. You see, there's a star right there. That's Rod Serling's star. He was born on Christmas Day, 1924, in Syracuse, New York. He grew up in Binghamton, New York, went to Binghamton High School. And he died out at about by Pacific Palisades, in his house out in Pacific Palisades. Now, that's his star, and that's to do the Academy Awards. And here's the link. As far as I know, The Twilight Zone is the only television series with 1 episode that won an Academy Award. And let me explain how that happened. In the final season, in his cost-cutting measures, what he did was Rod Serling paid $10,000, and he bought a short subject film, and it was called The Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge. It's based on a short story by Ambrose Bierce, written in 1890. It's about the Civil War. If you haven't seen it, it's emotional, it's amazing, it's really, really cool. And in 1962, it had won at the Cannes Film Festival. In 1963, it wins an Academy Award for short subject. So Rod here buys it and puts it on his show as an episode. So the Twilight Zone has an Academy Award-winning episode, which I think is kind of cool. So I just want to share that with you. Coming to you live here from Hollywood Boulevard, from a desolate kind of Hollywood Boulevard. But I'll look forward to showing you guys this place when all of this is said and done and everything's over, and I can bring you back on tours. We'll see this. Oh, by the way, my personal favorite episode of The Twilight Zone is an episode called A Stopover in Willoughby. And people know it as Willoughby, and it's about this guy who ends up in this little town called Willoughby. Now, there is a Willoughby. There's a Willoughby Street here in Hollywood. And if I'm out for a walk or riding around or whatever, and you see it, you can't help but in the back of your mind to go, oh, Willoughby, I mean, it just happens. It just freaking happens. But FYI, there is a Willoughby. There's an actual Willoughby in Ohio. There's a place called Willoughby, Ohio. It's along the Chagrin River, right outside of Cleveland. And Willoughby has an event. And they have basically a stopover in Willoughby weekend. And they do it every year. And they have trains, they have a big model thing, they do all kinds of different stuff. They have characters. They actually show the episode, they show it more than once, I know. But they have all this stuff going on, and they have contests and corn eating and so. I mean, it's freaking Ohio, for God's sake. Now, for those of you, if you're in the area, this year it is scheduled, and I love this part, for the weekend of August the 8th. So if you are both a Twilight Zone fan and a Manson fan, what the heck, have a little stop and make your next stop Willoughby, and go check it out. Go to www.heartofwilloughby.com, and it will give you information about the Willoughby event. It's just, I just think it's kind of cool. So coming to you from Hollywood Boulevard, you guys enjoy. We miss you, Rod Serling. Thanks for giving us all the cool stuff. And for the rest of you guys, if you like this, like it, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and you guys all enjoy. Thanks very much. Explore your own world. Thanks. Enjoy. Have a good day. See you later.